Paolo's Corner number 9, and that's all about 2021. Recently I was interviewed and they asked me to come up with 3 words, 3 key ideas that are going to be important this year. And I said adaptability, speed and remodulation, because the emergency of the coronavirus, we don't know when it will finish from the health point of view, but surely it will not finish completely from the business side, because what it showed us that the things can change very quickly, the scenarios, the rules, but most of all, how your customers behave, how your customer access information, buy products, and so on. Recently, I was reading another interview of the director of an important trade show in the fashion industry, and they said that they're never gonna come back to pre-COVID. From now on, the long-term strategy is to have hybrid events, always, even when the physical would be possible. The digital part will always be at the center. And he said because there will be customers that still would not be able to attend the trade expo, so it's important to give something to them. And this is in fashion, where touching the textile and the fabric is so important. In other words, the world will not be as before. The ones that are quickly to adapt, they will have success, but the other ones, they will suffer, even a lot, I think. And of course, I do not mean that you need to change completely what you're doing. So if you're running a business of fitness or spas, it's not that you have to change and start mass producing a disinfectant or anything like this. Of course, you have to stay in your core business, do what you're good in doing it, but maybe you have to rethink on how you offer it, or maybe just a little bit how the customers can use your product. You need to change to the conditions. And also, extremely important is not only to be able to remodulate your offering, but also to be quick and let your customers know. Because in the digital world, the first one to get the words out normally win and takes it all, as Abba would say. And speaking of communication, I think about the customer at the center. This is a story I've been hearing since I started working many years ago. Every time there's a new marketing fad, a new app or a new company, they come out and they say, we really put the customer at the center. And of course, it sounds like a joke, everyone is saying, and everyone is the real one, not the one before. Now, I think that today what is really important is not only to keep the customer at the center, but also to be relevant with the communication to them. All of us, we are exposed to so many marketing messages everywhere we look around, and particularly on our devices, the smartphone being, of course, the king of all of them. So what we do, we learn to avoid them, we learn to ignore them, we learn to consider only the one that we care about at the time that we want to read them. And so that's how we need to focus our communication. We need not to mass communicate anymore, but we need to be able to tell people what they want to hear, when they want to hear it. Possibly in the way with the device they want to get the information. And if the technology created this challenge is also technology who's actually saving us, because with everyone now, even a small company can use digital things like the CRM, a little big data to be able to communicate to the customers better. And this will be also very important in 2021. Happy year!